Hi there, this is Chris from MoneyHub, and this video looks at using the MoneyHub website. So thanks very much for coming to the website first of all, and if you haven't used it before, this video will walk you through what you need to know. We've been running since 2018. It's a very comprehensive site, and you can see from the menu up here that there's lots of things that we cover. We are large with investing, that's one of our key focuses, but we also have lots of guides on loans and finance, as well as insurance, credit cards, travel money cards is very popular. So is mortgages, plus KiwiSaver as well. We focus on many other things, motoring, travel insurance, Broadband Power, that's also very popular. And we also have very useful money tips, trying to get everyone to save money, some wonderful resources for financial independence, and life essentials trade services, as well as a very comprehensive students guides. So let's get into it, and let me just walk you through. Here's the homepage. You can read what we do and this quote from me. And then if you do need anything, you can just search for it. So if I wanted to know something like best KiwiSaver, then I would type that in, and then it would prompt me to load up. And then we have everything here. So we have best ethical KiwiSaver funds. We've got KiwiSaver for life events. We've got the best performing KiwiSaver, choosing a KiwiSaver, switching KiwiSaver, everything like that. So it's a really good way just to get an understanding of what's on offer there. Of course, you can also look through at the KiwiSaver menu. So moving on, we've started the homepage off with 3 essential guides. One thing we are asked about a lot is KiwiSaver. So which KiwiSaver funds are the most popular and things like that. So we've presented a guide here. Of course, this always changes depending on recent performance and everything like that. We'll walk you through a video of how to read KiwiSaver reports and things like that. So that's for March 2025. Of course, if you're watching this video later, we continue to update that. And then you can see we list some funds and why we list them. The point of this is just to make you aware that there's plenty of options out there. What we want you to do is just know that you don't have to be in the fund that you're currently with. And we want you to be able to compare with some purpose and some understanding of why the difference in interest rate performances will make a difference to your long-term KiwiSaver balance. We also have comprehensive guides on car insurance. That's a big focus for us as well. So if you have a look through this, we will compare all the major policies and talk through it with videos, and then go through what the policies actually cover to make sure it's clear that you know. Then we'll go and do some quotes for standard cars. We also have some very dedicated guides to each car. So there's lots of stuff with travel insurance as well. With car insurance as well. Now, if we just go back here, we've also got things to do differently with money. This is one of our most popular guides. And what we do there is we talk about what you can really change in your everyday life, and just get an understanding of exactly where every dollar is going. So things like set a budget, things like buy now, pay later. We're not fans of it, and here we explain why. Looking at repaying debts and limiting credit cards. For many people, the best credit card is no credit card at all. There's too many debt traps, and we've seen it over and over and over. Comments from broke friends talking about let's just go out for let's do Uber Eats, things like that. You only live once, just spend it. I wouldn't invest, it's too risky, you'll lose money. So we're talking about that type of narrative. We're talking about online shopping, and we're talking about growing your emergency fund or starting one. Many New Zealanders don't even have one, so we want to change that. We talk about investing, and we talk about buying a home. Of course, that's a very important topic in New Zealand. Working together within your relationship, if you are in a relationship, with regards to money, and then also not being defensive with money, but being on the forefront of making changes. So those are the type of guides which we have. And then, of course, if we just go straight into getting started, we're looking at some of the investing topics here. So how much do you need to retire comfortably? Financial freedom, steps there. Budgeting apps, we're very, very pro people taking on budgeting apps. Booster Savvy review. This is a very popular savings account, which does also function as a money management tool where you can put things into stacks and put things into different accounts within your like within the Booster Savvy app to make sure that you're properly prepared financially, and also can track every dollar that you spend with the debit card that comes with that. A lot of people use PAYE for their everyday life because they're getting paid a salary, but they don't really understand how it works and where their money goes. So we have a very useful calculator for that. And of course, term deposits will always be popular in New Zealand, so we list those. And then we've also talked about some interest rate predictions there. That's quite a popular guide that we continue to update, and it's very useful reading. Trusted lists. So we've listed some things out here. Money habits that keep you poor, supermarket rip-offs, things like that. So they're well worth a read for a good intro there. Of course, we've got our insurance comparison. This is a key focus of us for us. Sorry. So we do a lot of things. I think it's important that travel insurance is something that we're increasingly focused on. Some people will just ignore travel insurance and go traveling without it, and then you'll see the invariable give a little page when something's happened that's not very positive. We think it's not a strategy. Please don't take the risk. The price of travel insurance keeps dropping because there is more competition in it. The policies are very comprehensive, and we're pushing for people just to really consider it before they travel. Most New Zealanders do get it, but there's a lot of people traveling that don't. So we want to change that narrative there. We're also looking at car loans, car finance, personal loans, how to pay off the debts faster. That's really important. And of course, KiwiSaver as well. So what you can do here is you can subscribe to our newsletter. So you can type in any email there if it's yours, and you'll get our weekly email on Tuesday. And we also send a Saturday special. So there's 2 emails a week. We're never selling stuff, and it's never spam. And we just want you to have very useful tools and resources. So if I show you what one of those look like, so this is one of ours for yesterday, which was sent out. And you can see here it talks about financial freedom, talks about retirement, and then there's a whole bunch of reviews, shares versus property, things like that, top financial advisors, comparing term deposit rates, and then you've got travel so topics here, credit cards, reviews, wage and salary distribution, so many useful things. So this is what this is what the newsletter provides. We change it up every week, and of course, as I said, there's two newsletters per week, one on Tuesday and then the one on Saturday. So with that, I'll just carry on, and you can see here that we've got some must-read resources. So these cover investing, which is very useful. They cover KiwiSaver, they cover credit cards, they cover banking and saving, and car finance, as well as students. Now, I think if I just show you the menu here, it's really, really useful just to get an understanding. So, of course, search is what we have for search. You can type in anything there. So if I was to type in best credit cards, then we can search that there, and you can see that there's lots of different resources. Now, if I carry on here, we have this investing section. So you can actually go into that, and there's lots of different platforms which we review. You can see the reviews here of everything: Sharesies, Hatch, Stake, Tiger Brokers, Superhero, Blackpool, everything. So there's a lot of things going on. We like to make sure that people have a full understanding. With loans and finance, we've got car finance resources, we've got personal loans, and we've got credit score information as well. Now, this menu is, of course, being modified in the coming weeks, so we look forward to presenting it even in a more friendly way, so you'll be able to navigate without any sort of resistance or any sort of complication. So for insurance, you can see here that we compare lots of different insurance. We've got car insurance for a start, and then we also go into home and contents. So you can see home insurance, and we've got calculators for that. We've got Airbnb insurance. We've got things around difficult to insure areas. So if you click on that, for example, you'll get taken to a very dedicated guide where we talk about all the risks. And it's really important that people have a read of this if they are a homeowner or looking to move, because we talk about every region. And we increasingly put more resources out there to make it clear that there are lots of risks with insurance in certain areas. So that's something that is that's certainly a big focus for us. We've got pet insurance, we've got student insurance, and we have a whole range of life and health products as well. So income protection, mortgage insurance, things like that. Travel money cards, we're very, very focused on this. We like to make sure that people don't spend money on bank fees and expensive credit card foreign exchange rates. So we've done everything. We've also looked at it by country as well. Plus, you can also see resources where the New Zealand dollar is strong right now. And this is something that, of course, we update quite a lot because we want people to have great trips, but we also want them to have their New Zealand dollar go as far as it possibly can. Now, if I carry on here, you'll see that we have resources around banking and saving. So we look at best bank accounts and then savings. We're looking at term deposits, a booster savvy again, Pi term deposits, call accounts, things like that. Lots of different guides and resources, banks versus credit unions, or things like that. Now, mortgages, that's a big focus for us. Lots of things around mortgages, mortgage essentials. So the best home loans, for example, that's going to be a guide which takes you through all the latest home loans and what you can expect to pay. Of course, these always change, but we want it to be as clear as possible. Now, if we move on to KiwiSaver, got lots of things around that. KiwiSaver basics, we're talking about favorite funds, choosing a KiwiSaver. We just go to that. As I sort of outlined that before, there's lots of different resources and funds listed. That's certainly worth considering. Now, for business, we're looking at business loans, business insurance, Wise business account, business credit cards, business essentials, all sorts of useful things. Get debtors to pay over, if you're getting debtors to pay overdue invoices, that's certainly a popular guide, and that's something which we like to focus on as well because it's very important that people get paid. Now, if we carry on, we can see here we've got Ministry of Social Development resources. That's around Job Seeker Plus, everything like that. Job Seeker Allowance. And we've also got guides on motoring, so buying and selling cars, car jam, things that are like vehicle leasing and everything like that. Law, we've got lots of things around wills, separation agreements, prenuptial agreements, known as contracting out of the Relationship Property Act, divorce, trusts, living wills, everything like that. So that's very exciting, and those continue to very popular. Travel, so we have a whole bunch of resources just for Air New Zealand, but also we look at other things as well. We do everything from Sky Couch reviews to car rental hire to Auckland Airport parking, trying to save money on that. That can be very expensive, and we have lots of comparative guides there. Best of New Zealand, we look at things to try and make traveling around New Zealand cheaper, hotels and dining, and also foreign currency exchange as well. If we carry on, we're going to look at travel insurance. So this is a massive focus for us, comparing travel insurance and also looking at some of the alternatives as well, such as credit cards. So we take it by country. So if you were going to, like for example, the USA, then we have resources that work well with that, and dedicated guides which take you through what the USA will price like, and the different providers that will make a difference to the total cost of your trip, because there is a big range in prices for very similar cover. Now, if I carry on, let's look at mobile and SIM. We've got lots of different things around SIM-only plans and mobile plans, so that's always exciting, and it's very comprehensive as well. So we go through everything that people need to know, and you can have a look at what's available, and that makes life easier if you are trying to save money on mobile phones. Now, if we carry on and we just go through broadband, you can see we're very comprehensive with broadband, and we update this, of course, every month. and we're looking at plans such as 4G, what are the best ones. We're looking at 5G broadbands, what are what are the best ones there. Fixed term plans for fiber, and everything, I think like that. We explain exactly why we have these guides, or sorry, this ranking, what's available, so that people make very informed decisions. Now, if we carry on and we go into power, we've got very comprehensive guides around power, and you can have a look through those. We update these very regularly, and we look at different cities. So it's really important just to have a walk through those. We look at all the different discounts. We make it as comprehensive as possible. You can also download a spreadsheet for doing it yourself with local prices and your specific needs. So lots of things there which make everything quite useful. Got lots of must-read tips. Money and relationships, really important. Money and family, really important. Valuable insights. So many things that we just want to share. And then we've got great guides on financial independence. So how much money do you need to live in retirement comfortably? Drawing down money in retirement. The FIRE movement. Maximizing income in retirement. So lots of useful things there. Of course, we'll be improving this menu going forward. So you'll be well at ease to just navigate and make the most of it. Now, life essentials, we cover all sorts of things, money and income ideas. That's going to be side hustles, things like that. Prezi cards, we talk about those. Those seem to be quite popular, but we have views on them, so worth a read of that. Should that be of interest, the Prezi card is known for its fees, and we spell those out. So it's good to have a read of these type of things. There's lots of information throughout the site. This is just one example. And then if I carry on, we can have a look at consumer rights, and this is for tenants, school holiday information, shopping resources, living essentials. We're looking at rentals, pet sitters, daycare, checklists, senior living. So medical alarms, retirement villages, rest homes, things like that. Wedding resources, that's of course is a large expense. So lots to cover there. And then if we carry on, we can have a look at our trade services. So we're very comprehensive, working with lots of different, covering lots of different trades throughout the regions. And also, finally, our student guides, very, very popular. And we look at all sorts of things, student bank accounts, a massive list of scholarships for students going to university next year. So these will be for year 13 students, money tips, everything like that. And then once again, we have a subscription for the newsletter. So should you want to subscribe, then it's very easy to do so as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions, let us know. Please comment in the video section down below, in the comment section. We want MoneyHub to be as comprehensive as possible. So that's why we put a lot of work into making sure that things are updated. There's always new resources coming on, and that we're as helpful as possible. So thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to your questions.